millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they actors, now they truly focused in.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Baby, let's go! Let's go!
Ready?
53 is the mic. Your track, your track. Back.
They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
56,
Right over there. Yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah. You don't want none. 58, boys. 58 is Mike.
Hey, watch your leg. All 52.
Allen now looks to throw. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Beasley signed with the Bills in March just before his 30th birthday after 7 years with the Cowboys, hoping that he can be a very valuable slot receiver in Buffalo. Just under 700 yards last year and 3 touchdowns in Dallas. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he finds Tyler Croft. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, hold.
Smooth. Mike, 58 right there. Quit talking about it and bring it. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. I'm on. 58's Mike, 58.
Allen to throw once more. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Go, go. 58, right over there.
Now this time, Allen will throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Jamie Collins drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
That ball don't belong to you, boy. That ball belongs to us.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They defer to White out of the shotgun. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, dude. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now flags come. Like one of the Patriots might have moved. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
72. Hey, Delta. White 28. 49. White 28.
Now Brady. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Brady's throw there, incomplete. Edelman was the intended target, and now it's third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, we got four down.
Sugar.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Alert! Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Back to pass. Hey, wahoo!
From the 22, Allen. Short throw hauled in by Croft.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
58. 58 to Mike.
No game on this defense. No game.
58 to Mike. Go 58 to Mike. Check.
Hey, Haywood.
58 to Mike.
Regular. Let's go.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that's complete to Croft. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Throwing now is Allen. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To the air, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58. 58's the mic.
Now Allen again. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check it. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Let him know. 49.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, New England.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the...
Now White lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
49.
On second down now. It's White. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Brady, and he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Throwing again. Brady. They he hits his target. Left side, Watson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. New England on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down.
So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. From the left hash, this from 37. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 13-year man puts it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yeah, so make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Allen now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24. 5 wide. Out. 61, matchbox lights. Half.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. He hits Beasley right side. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's another Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The final shot before half for Brady. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
We got this.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Man open left side is Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
A pickup of 2 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And Watson has it right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding a soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Brady. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. Brady so good on 3rd and short.
He's so precise. He's so accurate. Understands exactly what he needs for a 1st down. You almost think you can go ahead and move the chains before he even takes a snap, don't you?
Now Brady. This is White on the screen. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Wait, that 380.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Let's go, motion, motion, motion. 49 to Mike, 49.
Check it.
Focus, defense, focus. 49, guys.
Check it, reload.
To throw, it's Brady. His throw caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Watch the pack. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Alert. Play that shot deep. Regular.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They run it from the gun with Yeldon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
58. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, D. Hey, stop. It's just me and you.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets this away, and look at it. It's a good one. Edelman set to return. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about that.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Noah Spence. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Brady on third down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Allen. Being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got one.
Allen will try again on 2nd down, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
25 to Mike. Here we go. Hey, Alpha. Here we go.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning. Hey, Orville. Don't get nervous.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go forward.
He finds Yeldon. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
53's the mark.
Hey, foxtrot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
49's the mic. Watch 49. I got you.
1st down, here's Wright. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Tom Brady needing a 4th quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the 4th quarter like they are now. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there. New England on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Kill. Hey, Alabama.
Brady to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2.
Regular. 49 to Mike.
53 Linda.
Big ass.
Easy. Sugar.
To throw is Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. And it's the Redskins that have now taken the lead there late. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Patriots, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.